Hey YouTube, thanks for taking the time to tune in and watch the video of my paintball loadout. Haven't really practiced this, so I'll probably just kind of bumble my way through it. Let me see, to start with, I guess we'll do the obvious thing. My marker is a BT TM15 with a rip clip and M203 grenade launcher. Haven't actually had cause to use that, that's pretty much cosmetic. Yep, she goes pretty well. Not present at the moment is the air remote to on my back tank. Just haven't got that on there at the moment. But yep, pretty standard. So working through everything else, guess we'll start at the top. There is actual Mitch 2000 helmet. Used to have a replica, but ordered a real one off eBay in the States, not Trade Me, in New Zealand. Just like the weight of it. And so on that, I have an Oregon Scientific camera on a homemade night vision mount thing, which I've done recently. But when I was doing this, didn't take into account the goggles, so it doesn't quite come down at the angle that I want. I'll find a way of kind of fixing that, but like the way that just gives that kind of night vision monocle kind of look, and rather have the camera on head than on gun. So as I said, an actual Mitch with the goggs fitting okay underneath. When I've played previously, I had a replica helmet and it didn't put quite as much weight on the goggles. Probably just need to get that adjusted to get that fitting a little bit better. Might need to get a different pair of goggles to fit with the helmet. Obviously wear full face protection if I need to, if the field requires it. So just carrying on down. I think this is like the first gen Interceptor body armor vest. No plates in it or anything, homemade or anything like that, just empty as is. 4 100-round pods, 2 pouches here for 10-round tubes for the Punisher pistol, pair of black gloves, utility or medical pouch, carry a flashlight. Some of the things you see here are basically for aesthetics. The knife is kind of velcroed in place. I didn't want it. It's just a plastic airsoft knife, so it's just kind of velcroed in place for aesthetics. The glow sticks, again, just for aesthetics. They're kind of wired in there so they don't pop out. Just come in for a close-up. I presume you can still see me there. That was pretty standard. Actually, back up a sec. So the pistol, as mentioned. Pair of just Joe Blogg's knee pads. I kind of like the contrast with the black and the ACU. It was kind of just meant to be a standard infantry loadout, and I mean, looking through heaps of pics, black and ACU seems quite common. Yep, just a pair of boots. I think they're British issue boots, actually, not American boots, but happy enough with that. And yeah, I mean, just standard ACUs really. The pants were the real thing from the PX at a base in the States from a member of a family. The shirt was something I picked up in a military surplus store in New Zealand. Torch, pen, just bits and bobs really. It's quite comfy. I'm really pleased with it. I like the look. I guess the last thing to mention, you might see the unit insignia and the rank. And I mean, obviously, when you see a lot of loadout videos, you'll get a lot of comments like, "Hey, take that off. You haven't earned it," and stuff. A little bit of story there. All of the things that I'm wearing there are about family history for me. My grandfather was in the 28th Infantry Division, 109th Infantry Regiment during the Second World War, responsible for the evacuation of Diekirch, Luxembourg. Harry Kemp, you can look him up. It's a bit of stuff on the internet. My uncle was a ranger Went into Grenada back in the 80s and first Desert Storm. My other grandfather was a sergeant during Vietnam, so I wear those for what they mean for me, for family, not for anything else. And so for anybody who might still say, well, you still haven't earned them or something like that, you should take them off, I'd ask you, same question to an actor in a movie or something like that. Do you yell at the screen and say, hey, you haven't earned that, take it off? It's what it means to me. I think absolutely no disrespect to anybody who's actually earned the rank or the special unit tabs or anything like that. So, yep, I think that's pretty much me. So, yeah, hopefully we'll see you on the field. Chill out. Take care. See you later.